Welcome, everyone, to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, inside Stellar's Collectible Shop in the Uniontown Mall with the Duke, Ken Philbaum, and store owner Victor Malik. We're going to start with feedback right out the gate. Malloy's Paving, 724-277-8037, 724-323-4179. Jack might still be able to make some room for you. So what do you got going on, Victor?
Well, first, last week you went on a rant.
Yes.
And it was epic about the NFL draft. I can't match your energy. I can't come close to what you did there. But over the weekend, one of my personal favorite things that happens is the DVE Memorial Day 500. And the greatest song of all time is Freebird. Anybody who doesn't like Freebird is a stinking commie, and I can't stand you. And last year, Freebird was number 2. I can tell you're one of them. So you probably like Stairway to Heaven. But they dropped Freebird down to 12, which is straight up an atrocity.
I'm sorry, I don't have an AARP card, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You're so wrong, but it's Freebird, for the love of God. It's so important that song.
How was the show?
The card show was wonderful. I'm coming down off of this Freebird thing, but it's going to bother me till next year. Card show, I'd like to thank everybody who came out. The Pack Attack was wonderful as well, and we're probably going to do another show hopefully around October. Again, thanks for everybody who came. Thanks to the Uniontown Mall for providing the tables and the services that are rendered during a card show.
Everyone but me, because I did not make it. I had a wedding this past weekend, and I participated in legislation between Hershey and Harrisburg. That is a real thing. But back to the wedding, my buddy Brad and Lauren, congratulations. Here's a picture of them. These are super fans. They actually had Stellar Show apparel before you and I had it. I don't know how they pulled that off, but I'm assuming the wedding was a good time because we're filming this beforehand. So work with me, guys, because I know you'll see this beforehand. But seriously, congratulations.
They were wearing that at the Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, the
event.
Basketball game. Yes, both are super fans, and not to be confused with that one super fan, which people are suggesting that maybe I go get a PFA or whatnot, because, especially if you listen to the lyric that's been getting spliced in. In all honesty, Superfan, we want you on the show. So if you're out there, but what else is going on, man?
Right now, well, what happened with you and the parade?
Oh, good God. Yeah, my manners. So, and you know what, Victor, you had some prior, commitments.
Yeah, speaking of the prior commitments, Richie Ray, who's that sign guy in Mount Pleasant, did a wonderful job making the signs for the card show. You probably saw them all over Uniontown. I was going down to pick them up, and I just didn't feel like the rain coming back and being a part of the parade. But Richie Ray does the best work on signs.
But the Duke and I, we filled in. We had a good time. Scottdale, thanks for having us, and it was good running into Pat Stefano. I think that's like one of the few people that gets less sleep than us. Every time you turn on a TV he's always doing something. That man represents the area well. So what else do we got going on here, Victor?
Right now.
Oh, by the way, that starting lineup does not look like Barry Bonds.
How so?
The face.
You're just a hater. Clemente looks just as bad.
I thought you'd be happy, you know what, with the...
He's now part of the Pittsburgh Hall of Fame. And are we still on the Fire Shelton thing now that they're starting to correct a little bit or not?
I was going to go a different route with this. His home run record is safe because the home runs, the statistics that, with the combining the Negro Leagues and the Major League records.
That is a new development.
Hank Aaron, his home run totals before he got to the majors still keeps him too short from Barry Bonds.
So Bonds is safe.
Bonds is safe.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, right. That was. I thought you were going to sweat that one.
That.
So you know what, the Duke, you know what, he knows he's a star. He just he's a trip. He should see him before the show. We have to get some footage of that.
Going back to, I'm going to jump in with something real quick. Going back to the Stellar Show T-shirts.
Yes.
One of my fans, not a super fan, not a mega fan, but a friend of mine named Buck Pillar, Putzo, is now doing Putzo Golf, which is something he traded me my Stellar shirt for one of his golf shirts. So he's going to be giving out golf lessons, and whenever we need somebody to talk about golf, which might not be very often, golf, and he is right now using what is so interesting is they have an AI putter, which has inputted thousands of swings into the putter that corrects the way you swing. And at some point, I would like to have him be a part of showing us what an AI putter can do. And anytime we have golf, he will help us.
Trying this out myself. But before we close this out, once again, I want to thank Mean Dean for the interview last week.
We got nothing but positive feedback in the store on that part.
Part 2 of that interview will take place out at training camp. Stop out because Dean will have all that stuff for sale out there. Anything you want to add before we close up this segment?
Thanks again, Dean.
All right, we'll be back.
Later.
Hi, this is Ashley from the Fayette Chamber. I'm getting groomed today at a ribbon cut here in Brownsville for Mutts on Market Street.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77 with the Duke, Ken Philibom, and Victor Mullick. We're going to jump into the Mail Day segment brought to you by Yinzer Valley Farms. Get on all the social medias and their website, see what Mike's got going on over there. So that being said, you know what? We're going to we're Rack Packs. That's right. So you know what? We went looking for Bonds rookie last week and Bo Jackson. We're going to go again. So here, you take you take one. I'll
panel work.
Yeah.
It's the old way of doing things.
Old school. You got Fernando.
These never had gum in them, if I recollect correctly.
Well, you know what? We need to find something. Or my gimmick's taking a hit this week. All right. Charlie Hudson. Dan, I'm not even going to bother to pronounce that. This is too early for DeCenzo.
Yes.
Did you already find one?
No, I'm watching you right now.
Oh, we got another Fernando.
You got a Fernando Valenzuela. I got a Fernando.
Lance Parrish.
We could have did a pack battle on this.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you already won this pack. This might be one of the worst packs I've ever opened.
Yeah, 87. They made. Word is they made 17 million of each card. This is why this is a real difficult set when you're buying this to find any value out of it, because there are 17 million of them. I've tried to burn these cards to get rid of them.
Yeah, they don't even burn
Bruce
good.
Benedict, Greg Harris, Michael Young,
Rob
John Deere, Doug DeCenzo, Wade Boggs is the first Hall of Famer. Mike Mason, the great Junior Ortiz, Vita Blue. I definitely would have won a pack battle. Jim Presley.
I don't know. I did find a checklist.
When was Clint Hurdle's rookie year?
It's in the late 70s.
1977. What team did he play for?
Milwaukee.
Kansas City.
And it was
I believe he made the cover of Sports Illustrated back in those days. When you're talking Clint Hurdle, you're really stretching to find information. Lance McCullers, Juan Espinito, Ron Darling, not a Hall of Famer, Brett Saberhagen, and the great Joe Sambito.
Oh, we got Robin Yount. There's a Hall of Famer. Carlton Fisk. Okay. Trammell, 3 Hall of Famers. There we go. Mike Witt had a decent run. Randolph. Dave Parker should be a Hall of Famer.
I think this is the year that he'll see his numbers go up.
They should. Yeah. You know what? He should have been
in. With the 45 anniversary.
Yep.
It's been 45 years since the Pirates won a World Series.
You know what? The landscape has changed. So we're going to... So, no
Caden,
Bonds.
These are coming to you.
That's it, yeah.
My little buddy Caden takes all the cards you open up, and he's been asking more for movie cards.
Oh, you know what? We'll help him out with that next week.
Figure that out.
So this week, I cheated a little bit on the mail day because Dan, our buddy Dan, that's helped us out with the show from time to time. He had one of these coming, so you've talked about this briefly in the past. So Topps Now. I ordered this the day of. We have Paul Skeens rookie card.
There it is.
So, yeah, there's a few of them in here. These can be found up here at the Stellar's Collectible in the Uniontown Mall. Victor will have these for sale. So, you have to act quick when these come up for sale, but we'll put those on.
Let me see one of those real quick. I just want to read the back on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because sometimes when you're dealing with the Topps Now card, they have corrected that. They used to have one of 299, and people thought that it was a numbered card with the Topps Now cards.
Panini was doing that too.
Yeah. So they've corrected that, and it looks like they have holographic the word tops across them now. So yeah, with he struck out 9 yesterday in 6 innings. He just keeps mowing them down.
He's honestly, I think he's more impressive than what Strasburg did when he came in.
I think it's an insult to compare Skeens to Strasburg.
Well, I mean, with Strasburg, the first season, he was mowing them down.
Well, he played the Pirates in Game 1 and struck out 15.
But even after that, he's still, But you know what? Speaking of Skeens, we off-air conversation we were having is the top 5 guys to collect that are Pittsburgh related at the moment. I think Skeens is number 1. I mean, Skeens, you got to get Skeens. You got to lock him down. I made a list and I see you made a list. So let's hear your list first.
I'm going to start in reverse order and give you number 5. And right now at the card show, you should be looking for Sidney Crosby cards. Everybody is just not paying attention right now to Sidney Crosby cards. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is one of the all-time all-timers. His rookies and his autographs and patch cards.
He's better than Yager.
No. That's not true. His cards are not being valued as much as they should be right now. So if you're looking to invest in the future, I say Sidney Crosby is someone who's way overlooked.
We're close on this one. I actually have a current Penguin on mine, but I went a different route. Malkin. And I'm going to tell you why Malkin. Malkin's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And the other thing with Malkin is, because he's towards the end, his stuff can be had very cheap because Crosby's still at his peak. So, but Malkin's starting to trail off a little bit, and he's on the wrong side of 35. So that being said, if you watch the prices for his stuff keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. Let's do another one here.
Okay, the next one coming up, I think there's a Junior Hines Ward coming out of the 3rd round draft pick, and that's Roman Wilson. Right now, that is a football player that gave Penn State fits over the years. He fits perfectly into the slot, and he can run backside drag routes that Russell Wilson, as he's rolling out, or even Justin Fields. I think he fits perfectly, and this is a player, he comes in with not a lot of fanfare, so his cards aren't going to be really expensive.
I have a Steeler receiver on my list too, and that's George Pickens. Pickens is in his 3rd year, so the rookie buzz is kind of off a little bit, but now that he's got a legitimate quarterback throwing to him, whether it's Fields or Wilson, it's a huge upgrade from what he had throwing to him the last 2 years. You will see his numbers go up, and I expect him to get a massive contract extension in the offseason.
Russell Wilson does throw a great deep ball.
And he's got a good one to throw it to.
Pickens is the perfect player for that. That's why I look for the Pittsburgh passing game to get better this year. And the surprise of surprises, and people can call me crazy right now, this is going to be out there for me to take a hit on forever. But as soon as the Patriots cut Juju, he's coming back to Pittsburgh. There's your slot guy.
I hope you're right, because I have a lot of good memorabilia of Juju's. I have his gloves from his the longest reception in Steelers history. You know,
that's true. I forgot all about that.
In the Ken Cave.
Yeah.
And I would love to see Juju back in Pittsburgh. But my 3rd one that I'm pulling off my list is a Steeler, also a former Steeler, but he retired as Steeler, Ben Roethlisberger. And why I say Ben Roethlisberger, right now he's in that middle. He's in year 3 of post-retirement, and he's 2 years.
Go with that.
He's 2 years away from being, in the Hall. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. That being said, if you go and look, like his rookie cards right now, the value of them, that this is probably the lowest you're going to get them. Because he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. When he gets within a year of the Hall of Fame, his cards are going to get spiked because that's all people are going to be talking about is getting a room, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And but now I've seen some of his rookie cards that I've been watching for a while. There was one that was $800. It's down to around $350. But that will shoot up to $1,000 within a year of him going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Ben, this is the time to buy Roethlisberger. If you don't get in now, it's kind of, well, we don't know how long Crosby is going to play.
Yeah,
but right now, Crosby is just undervalued so much.
Go ahead. What's your last one?
I'm going to skip number 2 because they're basically the same person. My number 1 guy is Bubba Chandler. All the video on this kid is unbelievable. As soon as the Pirates find a spot for him and he develops enough, I think he's better right now than Jarrett Jones. I think he's underneath Skeens. He's in between the two. That fastball just disappears. It's special.
I have Jones on my list. He rounds out my list.
I like Solamento too.
Chandler's got some work to do before he catches up to Jones. I mean, Jones is top 5 in all the major statistics for pitchers right now. So he's the real deal. I mean, he's not Skeens, but he's no slouch.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I just Chandler looks a little more like there's a little bit higher end on him than there is Jones. And one just a filler is, don't forget Endy Rodriguez was on his way to becoming the Pirates' next catcher. He blew his arm out, so right now his cards are basically free.
And actually, honestly, I'll go the other one, Henry Davis. You know what? Because he's down in the minors right now. If you were going to invest in him, now would be the time because his stuff could be had cheap.
It can almost be had for free, but the problem, I use Tua as the example. Tua Tagovailoa came out of the packs back 3 or 4 years ago. The cards were so ridiculously expensive, and then he started to have problems, started having injury issues, and he has yet to re-rise back to where he was.
Okay.
So with Henry Davis, you kind of got burned. Are you going to get burned again?
Well, that's
if the prices are so low, then grab.
The price is right now. If you were...
Oh, the price is right on him.
This would be the time to buy.
I think we got a brief look at Endy Rodriguez and what you see from the catching aspect of him. He's Tony Pena Jr.
I'm sorry, I got to call this out to end this segment. After that Freebird rant, do you not know? Hold on, let it go.
It's the greatest song of all time. End of conversation.
And who's walked? And
no number 2.
And who uses
this
that?
This is like arguing Top Gun is the greatest movie of all time.
Who uses Freebird as their walk-up music?
Oh, Henry Davis does.
There you go.
I walked right into that.
We'll be back.
If I leave here tomorrow.
I am Ashley with the Fayette Chamber, today at another ribbon cut. Today we're at the beautiful historic Hopwood House, and I'm ready for a drink. Cheers.
Welcome back to the closing segment here on the Stellar Show on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, inside the Stellar's Collectible Shop here at the Uniontown Mall with the Duke, Ken Philibom, and Victor. What do you got before we wrap this up?
Well, I was purchasing a collection about 2 weeks ago.
Jerry Rice.
And as I was going through the boxes, I saw this Jerry Rice jersey, and it reminded me, after I took a good look at it, of the good old days of Gabe's. All of you out there who are from Uniontown, Fayette County,
Greensburg, West Virginia.
They moved all over the place, but in its original inception, Gabe's was wonderful. As Rick pointed out, they would put the X on the tag.
Or like you cut out, they would cut it.
They would clip it so the tag was damaged. And this is a Jerry Rice jersey. It's a starter jersey. What would you? Back in the day, this was probably on the rack for $3 to $5.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you knew it was from Gabe's because all of them, they had something missing. So you got a nice Rice jersey without the number on the back.
So this is the one you bought to wear over your pads at practice.
Yeah. And you did not want to wear these out where your buddies could make fun of you because you didn't have enough money to buy a real one. Yeah. You bought the Gabe's version of it.
That's all right.
And there used to be racks of this stuff.
It's funny you say that because every once in a while you'd find that nice one. But then after you wash it the first or second time, it's like, okay, he got that at Gabe's.
Yeah, because the numbers when the names would bubble up and then just fall off.
Yeah, it was like our Gremlins movie a few weeks back. Once they got wet, Gizmo turned into a gremlin. It's kind of like the jerseys. Once they got wet, they turned into a gremlin.
But that's what we used to, I remember in the 80s, you could go into Gabe's and buy Ralph Lauren clothing, jeans for like $5. They had Calvin Klein there. They had all the name brand things, and it was just a blast. And before they got to the price gun, they used to put the pin through a tag, and people would change the tags and put 99 cents on them. There was a lot of that went on as well. Gabe's was a blast growing up shopping.
Every once in a while, while, I hear you can still find some gems there.
It's a little tougher now. Back then, the best ones were the Adidas Olympic sweatshirts. They used to get racks of those things, and they were the neatest sweatshirts you would ever see. And in the stores, they were $200. You were getting them at Gabe's for $15.
Well, you get what you pay for. Hey, before I forget,
you're so kind.
Hey, right. But I'll show being kind here. Our friend of the show, Adam Schaefer, who we interviewed when we went to Penn State.
What's up, buddy?
He did have a little bit of a setback, so everyone that's watching, throw Adam some prayers and some positive, energy and thoughts. Adam, we're all pulling for you here in Fayette County, the Stellar Show, and everywhere else where the show's being watched. And we are.
Penn State.
And
we are.
Yeah, do.
There it is.
So, you know what? Before we do wrap this up here, don't let me forget, Rise Wrestling, June 8th. EC3 will be defending the NWA Championship against Pretty Boy Smooth here at the Uniontown Mall. Tickets are still available. Get up here and check it out. That's a good get for the Uniontown Mall to have the NWA title being defended up here. So also during that week, the Dodgers are in town. So we have my ballpark passes. The showrunner Adam will be present. I know Dan's going to come.
Can you count on him right now?
You know what?
He's getting iffy.
I'm not worried about him.
Foot needs to be put somewhere.
Are you coming, sir?
If it's a Monday or a Tuesday, absolutely.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tuesday sounds good for me.
Well, I'm out of town Tuesday, so it'd have to be Wednesday or Thursday. I'll still be working on
I need
legislation.
to be pretty for the show, so if we do Wednesday and then we film on Thursday, I might not be on my game.
Well, we'll figure it out. So you know what? We got to see, as someone I work with put it, new Ichiro. Otani.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
He's like, I want to see that one guy, the new Ichiro. But their words, not mine. So, hey, before we do wrap this up, I come across something interesting and fun online. The Jersey Fusion, which those are fun to open up, and you've had them here in the shop. But what they did and what they put together is very pricey. They had the '86 Fleer set. Busted up. That you can actually get they busted up a Jordan jersey and a pair of his shorts. Magic Johnson, Kareem, everybody. They are all. You got to get online and check this out.
Yeah, give me a second. Go ahead, keep talking.
No,
I have the original Jersey Fusion.
These packs are going to fetch like $300, but if you get that Jordan, it's well worth it.
Is there a buyback with these packs?
No, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I didn't get that far.
If this is run the way it was the last time,
it's like $1,100 for like 4 packs or something absurd.
Yeah, what you had, they came in a box like this. They were sealed. You opened them up, and for example, this is a piece of Albert Pujols' uniform. So they cut up. Mears, I think, is the auction company that gets the game-used jerseys. So this would be a Pujols piece of his jersey. On the back is a QR code that tells you what game it was used on.
And they give you a chance with a scratch in there too. But
there's Charles Barkley.
I'll give you the best one that I have. It's a Jersey Fusion. Actually, the Steelers sell, and I'll get you a picture for this, Rick. I had pulled a number 6 of 7 Ben Roethlisberger. It's a piece of the football from his last game.
That's crazy.
And it's actually the logo on it. It's number 6 of 7. Would have been a lot cooler if it was 7 of 7, but I'm not complaining. So, but this Jersey Fusion, these are fun for any collector, especially like, what is it?
That's Jason Kidd.
Well, Nolan Ryan. That's a piece of jersey.
The thing that the Jersey Fusion did when this came out, which was 21, I believe. This was before the pandemic. They built a website and they showed all the jerseys that were chopped up.
One of my favorite was the Ty Cobb Smoker's jacket.
Yeah, they actually had that and chopped it up. Yeah. I think there were 4 Jordan uniforms in there as well.
So Franco
but what
stuff,
Jersey Fusion did that was really a special idea is the Justin Herbert, which isn't so great today, but at the time Herbert was a big deal.
Was it 20K?
The logo from the NFL jersey, the NFL logo was put on one of his rookie cards, and if you picked that card, they would, I think, $15,000 is what they gave back to you. So everybody was looking at these, just trying to get the Herbert and buying them, and they were giving you a great product.
Oh,
this is a wonderful product.
What I like about these too is they display nice, as opposed to just putting it in a box and throwing it on a shelf. But anything before we wrap this up?
Thanks for everybody for the show.
Friendly
we'll get one soon.
Friendly reminder, Fayette Friends of Animal. He's a little extra on his game this week, but we're going to pitch to Rise Wrestling. Have a good week.